Oh, hey. Deja vu.
What did you just say?
Oh, nothing. Just had a little deja vu.
What did you see?
What happened?
Well, the Hawks got down early, then they came back and tied it, and then they still lost in the end.
How much like it? Was it the same cat?
I don't know. Is there another DeBrincat on this team?
Sucker bleu. I don't want to overreact.
What was that? This is gonna be a good year. Not this game. The best game ever. Hello and welcome to Hawks Recap. Game 31 has just concluded for the Hawks as the Hawks drop their 7th straight game, this time to the Montreal Canadiens by a score of 3-2. Besides the fact that this game seemed to be about 60 minutes of special teams, it was deja vu for the Hawks. They get down early in the first period, down by 2 goals again. Then they come back, they fight back valiantly, tie the game up, seem to play well enough to win, but they just can't get over the hump, get that result, and end up losing. Now, this was Connor Murphy's first game of the season. He had missed the previous 30 games due to a back injury. Forsling ended up being put on IR, so the Hawks didn't really have to make any moves to get him into the lineup. And for the most part, I thought he looked pretty good in this game. He had nearly 17 minutes of ice time. He was even in plus or minus. He had 4 shots on goal, even knocked the stick out of Carey Price's hands and one of those shots, and then he also had a penalty, but I'm kind of confused at why that got called because it seemed like it was on the follow-through, called a high stick on him, but he had hit the puck and followed through and hit Domi in the face. Maybe I'm missing something, but I wasn't quite sure why that was called. Speaking of Max Domi, he got the first goal of this game about 6 minutes in. A shot gets on target from the point. Corey Crawford fights off the puck. There was a lot of traffic in front, but the rebound goes straight to Domi. He kind of whacks at it, goes past Crawford and in. Canadians up 1-0. And then about a minute and a half after that, Shea Weber takes one of his really hard slap shots. And, well, his shots are really hard to see to begin with, but add to that, a lot of traffic in front, and Corey Crawford really didn't have much of a chance. And the Canadians go up 2-0, 7.5 minutes into this game. And it's just deja vu for the Hawks. They got to find a way to come back. Blackhawks would have 3 power plays in that first period, and with about a minute left to go in that first frame, they would take advantage of the opportunity. Patrick Kane with the puck, top of the right-hand circle. He would short side snipe it past Carey Price and put the Hawks on the board and make this a 2-1 game, and that's how it would go into the second period. At the beginning of the season, the second period seemed to be the period where the Hawks just stunk. They didn't know what they were doing. It didn't even look like they knew how to play hockey in second periods. But then around game 15, that period ended up moving into the first period, and then the second period ended up being a really good period for the Hawks, and they continued that trend in this one. With about 7 minutes left to go in the second period, Anisimov wins an offensive zone faceoff, and the Blackhawks win a set play off the draw. Gustafsson gets the puck to Cahoon, who then throws across the ice to Patrick Kane for the one-timer. He doesn't get a lot of it, but it ends up working. It ends up being a changeup that floats over the top of a sprawling Carey Price, goes into the net, and the Hawks have tied it up 2-2, and things are following the script. So this game goes into the third period, tied at 2, and then the third period ends up being just an entire period of power plays. You just figured the Hawks were going to find a way to pull it out in this one because they had 5 power plays in this third period. Montreal had 2 power plays in the third period as well, and even a 5-on-3 opportunity. The PK unit for the Hawks go 4 for 4 in this game. They played excellent. They gave themselves a chance to win, especially when you have 5 power plays in the third. 6 straight minutes of power plays at one point. And they look good on the power play. They look good. They were setting things up. They got shots on net. They had traffic in front. Things look good. But Carey Price just came up huge. He came up absolutely huge, made some huge saves. It was just unfortunate the Hawks couldn't capitalize. And of course, a little over a minute left in this game, after being under siege the entire third period, the Canadiens have the puck in the offensive zone. Petrie takes a slap shot from the point. It gets tipped by Thomas Tatar in front, gets past Crawford, goes into the net. Canadiens take the lead 3-2. They would hold on, and the Hawks lose again. The Hawks outshot the Canadiens 39-28 in this game thanks to having 8 power plays. They went 1 for 8. They looked good on their power plays, but they were only able to score on one of them. They won 60% of the faceoffs. They did a lot of things really well in this game, but just couldn't get over the hump, couldn't find a way to get the result. And you know what? Any other season, any other time, you look at this game and you think, you know what? No big deal. Carey Price just stole it. It happens. It's just one of those nights. But when it's your 7th loss in a row and you've only won 3 times in the last 21 games, that's a really tough pill to swallow. Unfortunately, it doesn't get any easier for the Hawks. Up next, they got to go to Winnipeg to face the Jets. Then they got to come home, back end of back-to-back against the Penguins, who aren't really playing all that great right now, but they still have a lot of really good players on that team. Then you got to play the Jets again. Then you look at the next week and you got to play the Sharks, then the Stars, then the Predators, the Avalanche. It's hard to pick a game where you think, you know what, that's the one that this team gets out of this losing streak. Like, there's a lot of tough games on this schedule. Not only the last couple weeks that the Hawks have had to deal with, but the next few weeks as well. They're in a tough stretch. But there are some bright spots. This team is getting better. It seems like they're making strides under this new system. They just need to find a way to get over the hump. And that hump seems to be this first period where they keep finding themselves falling behind in. And the season's pretty much over with. But even teams who are, contending for a lottery pick, they still win games from time to time. And that's what this team is eventually going to start doing. We just don't know when. Anyhow, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always. If you're looking for some last-second holiday shopping, I got merch down in the description. You can check that out. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.